to
Good morning,
stream.
good evening, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Indian Racing League. This is Division 1, and we are in Bahrain for round 8 of 11 on this beautiful nighttime race. And joining me in the comms box is someone who is trying to take my podium away from me from last night, Gaurav or Easy Level Bot. Gaurav, how are you doing tonight, and why are you this way you are?
Good evening, Madhav. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to all our viewers. I have to steal that podium because it was a well fought planned race for me. So I'm doing everything that I can. And in that anticipation as well, I probably went out to celebrate the night and probably had a few drinks too much and recovering my whole body now. So, but yeah, excited to join this Division 1 race and see how things will pan out. The drivers have a lot of data and information from the race that happened last night for Division 2. And Malav, to be very, and if you see, P1 and P4 did a two-stopper, like Yash and me, and P2 and P3, Mayank and yourself, did a one-stopper. So this shows how interesting the strategy can play out here.
Absolutely, and safety cars also might play a factor here. Shadow Sword, you can see, is the first one out on track, and he is on the medium tires. So expect a few medium runners in quali. They might want to start on those mediums. Seems like if there is no safety car, which is very rare, but if there is no safety car, maybe one stop is the way to go. Mediums to softs is possible. Softs to mediums is possible as well, as Mayank showed last night. Gaurav, what a sprint that was! 21 lap on medium tires, and I was so sure I was battling him for the position, not on track, and I was so sure he was going to pit, but he just kept going and took the checkered flag with quite some margin to me.
Yep, indeed, that was a great show of tire management from him as well. And just I also had a few battles with him, and as soon as I overtook him, I tried, decided to box and probably, maybe save an undercut because even like yourself, I was also thinking that he's going to go box for the softs, but somehow that didn't happen. But your pit stop for the softs, that one stop made Yash blink, which made me blink. I had to do the soft anyway, so I I didn't I didn't want to take the risk of taking my mediums to the end because I pit on lap 6, I think. So taking 23 laps is probably
That
too
would have been
much
a
for those
stretch.
mediums.
That would have been a stretch for sure, as Shadow Sword has just started his lap, is in sector 1, and let's see how the rest of this lap continues on. There are a few cars on track. Thinking Nade and Shah are also on the track. They're on the out laps. Epic Brothers and Shadow Sword have started their first runs on the medium set of tires. So has VFix on an out lap on the mediums. Now, talking about VFix, Gaurav, 45 points leading the championship with 4 races to go, including this one. How do you see this championship panning out for him and for Sumer and Azun, who are very close in the championship battle themselves?
Yep, I think VFix would just be having one hand at the trophy already. He just needs to keep doing what he's been doing the entire season and just keep scoring points, and he'll probably have both his hands. And talking about the rest, I think it's a very interesting battle right from the one who's on P2 to P6, Sume, HVP, and many more. I don't remember the names on top of my head, but yep, they every point matters for all of them. So P1, as much as we know who we can look at, but P2 and P3 are certainly open. As Racing Gupta goes 127.7 and 1,000th of a second between Racing Gupta and Jin.
Yeah, and further 200s down to Epic Brothers. So medium runners showing their pace early on. There's an Alpine. Is that Shah who's going to finish his lap? No, that's not Shah. Maybe it is. Well, maybe it's not an Alpine, someone else.
It is a
But
Williams of Sume that's going to just negotiate in the final corner.
yeah, there you see, just got him. And let's see how this time compares to the 127.7 of Racing Gupta. 127.1, that's a 6 tenths advantage. And thinking Ned across the line, he should have the better tires, and he stays P6. So that looks like a race run to me. Uh, Gaurav, 130.4. There's definitely a lot of fuel in that Haas of thinking Ned.
Either a race run or somewhere probably might have erred. Not very sure there. But he looks like the way he's going, I think. And looking at his battery, surely looks like a race run.
Absolutely. Let's see what Yash Gosalia does. Yash Gosalia, our race winner from last night and the Division 2 championship leader right now. He has been given a chance to race here with the Division 1 people, and let's see how he stacks up against. He is probably one of those drivers, along with I think Redstone Derp, and I want to say your name as well, but I know you will be modest, who definitely seem like D1 pace in Division 2. But there you go, first person in the 126s, and 3 tenths is advantage from Yash to Sumer. You would expect that purchase from the soft tires.
Yeah, that's a good lap set in by Yash. He was already in the 26, late 26 yesterday as well. I'm just curious, what does Yash do in terms of among these drivers? Because seeing the pace, does he do something differently than what he did yesterday, trying to go for a one stop, or still holding on to his two stop strategy and going on raw pace?
Absolutely. Spectating Hushtav right now is thinking Nade crosses the line yet again. He's in the pits now. But Hushtav, what a driver he is. He missed the last race and he's back again. This time had some wobble, I think, coming out of the final corner. But across the line he comes, and that is a 127.347. The exact lap time, Gaurav, that
Wow.
his former teammate Racing Gupta put in.
Wow, that is just simply wow. What a great sight to see. I mean, the drivers putting in spot on same times.
Yeah, and you want to go on board with TBK, Tanish B, Kiran Gaurav, take us through this lap. He's just started a lap, and not a lot of cars right now on the track setting a lap time. So here we go, TBK, all yours, Gaurav.
As he comes close to the end of the first sector, probably could have taken a little more of the max length of the track you have here. Going on those curves, probably not the best of idea because you tend to lose space, but he's put in a purple sector one. I'm not very sure how true that is. As coming to the more trickiest and the most technical part of the track, it is very important to get this exit straight so that you get a good run down the next DRS zone. Yeah, medium speed corner, just gentle light braking takes the apex and the curve beautifully there. Again, another a very tricky section where it's easy to lose your grip on the wheel, and again sets a purple sector 2 as well. Negotiates the curve and apex brilliantly on those corners. Now it's just run down the final corner and getting the best exit that he can on those tires, and probably looks like just a bit of spin, but he's held his car right. And as he crosses the line, he quits provisional pole for now, and
And
1,000th separating him and Yash Gosalia. So the Aston
imagine
Martins
that. One
are
thousandth of a
ready for a
second,
show.
and behind him Vicky and the Alpine is also on a lap. He's just one more corner to negotiate before he sees the start finish line. I think, oh, Vicky had a
Oh,
huge
and the
moment coming out of
moment.
that corner. Might have lost him at 10th or 2, but across the line he goes, and P6 for Vicky ahead of a lot of other drivers. But now you can see on the tire graphic there, Gaurav, almost everyone is choosing the soft tires as their next tire for the run. Hushrav with a 127.1, so he did improve on his lap time. And what remains to be seen is, does he stay with this lap or does he go on a set of softs to improve it even further? And Caesar with the stats already, 126.6 was the pole time last night by Yash on soft tires, I assume. So imagine that to be bettered by our Division 1 drivers tonight. What is thinking Nate up to? Is he still on a race run? I don't think so. I think he has just started a lap. So let's see what the Haas can do. And yeah, should be an interesting last 8 to 9 minutes of this session. And I want to see what Hushrav can do here. It was such an unfortunate end for him in season 5's Bahrain race. He lasted hardly one or two corners there and lost traction coming out of the exit of turn 2 and put his car in the wall for a DNF. But that was the season opener. He has participated in a lot of races since, but he is yet to get that first win, Gaurav. And that is so surprising. For a driver with his pace and his racecraft is yet to get that win as Vicky goes fast at 126.842.
Oh, no, no lack of pace on this grid here tonight, and as the track also rubbers in, I think it's these times are just going to get quicker. And speaking of Khusrav, I think he'd be looking at Saturday night as a redemption night tonight. So definitely would want that race win because, as you said yourself, no, it's really surprising to not see him win a race yet. And we from last season as well, we've seen how fast a driver he is.
Absolutely. Spectating not Sumer right now, who is on the soft tires, and he is now just about entering the third sector. He's up by 6/10 on his time. That would put him well into the 126s and on course for pole. There's another driver in front of him. Is that Shadow Sword? It is Shadow Sword, and he is coming. He's not coming into the pits. He's going to finish this lap. Let's see what this is for Shadow Sword. Provisional pole with a 126.3. Expect that to be beaten by Sumer. Across the line he goes, and
front row, Williams front row
wow,
there.
that is
Wow.
impressive. That is very impressive. PSI Legends across the line goes P6. VFix is some way off. I can see another one.
Epic.
Oh, Epic Brothers, there
And
you
Epic.
go. 26.2
This
for
is-
him.
Now these drivers would just be fighting for every 110 that they can find in their final quali runs.
Absolutely. Vic Fix has put his car into P3 with a 126.3. I wonder if there's a 125s here. Where is Hushrav?
And Racing Gupta on provisional pole as he crosses the
126.1.
line.
That is so close. Jin is also on the lap, by the way. And I want to see what Jin can do. Apparently, he has a purple sector 1. I'm not sure if that's actually
Before
purple.
that, Shark is crossing the line.
Shah
No,
stays
he goes-
P12 and Jin across the line P6 with a 126.5. That is so close between the top 10. Look at that, less than a tenth, less than a second is the spread. And let's see anyone else. Is Kabudi on a lap? He was, but he has invalidated. Ethan is on a lap as well. And let's see what Ethan can do. The track has rubbered up, so his medium run right now might be a very good run.
Yep, as he just comes down to the final corner there again. Very quick with his downshifting, uses a lot of engine braking there, it seems.
And Ethan only P14 with a 27.5. I expect him to probably put on a set of softs and go again. Is Jin going for another lap? No, I don't think he is.
Does Ethan have enough time to get in the pits? And he would definitely be pushing this lap. I think he's also using his battery easy. Yeah, at least he's not using his battery, but he's just pushing to the pit lane. If he can just start another outlap. Not sure if. I think he would. Probably.
He might have just enough time, unless he's going for a cool down lap and going again. Spectating Tanishq, who has lost 3/10 in the first sector, so that's not going to be an improvement. And I think we have about a minute or so to go before we can see the cars filtering out on the track again for their final runs. Only 5 cars right now. I think Hushrav is one of them. No, I think that's Thinking Nade, who is just on an outlap. So he's favoring a lap without any distractions, a lap without traffic, and a lot of drivers will want to go out at the very end to get the best track conditions as possible. What do you do in these situations, Gaurav, when you know you have a pace advantage, you know you are fast, So, do you favor a track which is more or less empty, or do you favor the grip and want to go for that grip which the track offers in the dying stages of a qualifying session?
Well, best it is. I mean, the last moment that you can always have, it's always the best. But then that's a high risk as well. If you want to, there can be cars that can just bunch up because everybody would just be looking to salvage those last few seconds and get out, start their final hot lap. But and then sometimes you want to keep some room for a mistake and then probably have just a bit of time that maybe even if you make a mistake you might just recharge your battery again and go for the next round. So very very difficult to pick one of the either. I think it's more on the moment that drivers might just be making those decisions.
Right, and yes, Kusal and all that has gone P6 and he has out-qualified the likes of Jin and Vicky and TBK as well as Hushrav who's on an outlap himself, and Tanish Vikiran, rather Thinking Nate is on a lap. Let's see what he can do. And look at the traffic right now. Look at the number of cars coming out on the track for their final runs. This is going to be a very very hectic end to the qualifying as Thinking Nate has gone fastest. Sonic Hawk has retired in the pit, so he did not take any part in qualifying, and he will start from the back along with Vyom, Noobshan, and Azun, unless Quick Killer and Kavudi can also put in a lap time. Let's see what Thinking Nate does in his second sector. Behind him, I think Epic Brothers has just started a lap, so has Hushrav, and this will be very very important for Hushrav to get further up the grid. You're not used to seeing him in P11, but I think he has the pace to make up those positions which is required. Thinking Nate, and just about. That was
Invalidates.
so close. Is anyone on a lap?
No.
I think Epic Brothers is just about in the third sector now and is up by 2 tenths. This might be a lap in the 125s, you know. Gaurav, keep an eye out on Epic Brothers. He has one corner to go and has a clean track more or less ahead of him, so no distractions for him. And he gets a good exit as well. Let's see what he does. 125s, is it on the cards? It's just about on the cards. 125.984. And where is Hushrav in all this? Hushrav is just about completing his lap as well. I think someone else is also complete a lap. I think that's a Mercedes maybe, I'm not sure. But Hushrav now across the line. What lap time is this going to be? It's P2,
But
126.0.
just missing there on the 25, but
And not
that's
Somer, not
great
Slick,
lap.
not Somer can do 126.013 as well. And then the checkered flag has fallen. Kavudi has put himself into P4. And VFX with a
V6.
125.961 goes the fastest of them all. That's his end to the qualifying session. Can anyone stop him? Racing Gupta has lost time. Shadow Sword, how is he doing? We'll get to know in just a few moments as he crosses the second sector split. And he's down.
And
He's not going to improve.
not at all.
PSI Legends is round. Jin has invalidated. Wiki is still going, but I'm not sure if he's improving. He has a car in front of him. But VFix, talk about last minute impact. Only two people in the 125s, and the championship leader has put himself on provisional pole for now. Let's not discount the likes of Tanishq, who is 8 tenths up. This is. Oh, he invalidated! Tanishq, oh, he was on target at least to be on the front row, maybe, if not provisional pole, or at least a second row, if not provisional pole. But Tanishq has invalidated at that penultimate corner, I think I would say, and across the line he goes for a 25.7. This would have been pole.
Oh,
This would have been pole position for Tanish Bikir, and Shah is now going to come across the line. And let's see what he can do. Hushrav has put himself in P4 and Shah across the line, P12 for Shah. Where is PSI Legends? I think he's not going to improve. Is Kavadi going for another run? No, he's not. He has invalidated. And Sumer is done as well. Wow, what an end to qualifying. Tanish Vikiran will start P13. He could have started on pole position here, Gaurav. Just that momentary lack of concentration, or was it just too much greed into that right-hander, he would have been on pole by 2 tenths. That's such a shame. I'm really disappointed. We would have seen him on
Yeah.
pole, and what a race he would have had from there.
Yeah, and especially those top five, it would have been very interesting to watch out. Watch out for the race start on these top four runners, and not discounting anybody else as well, but especially we might just have to see what how things happen with the top four. And
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Tanishq, when you see those purple sectors on your track map, there's a rush of adrenaline that comes onto your veins sometimes. So yeah, gets the better of you and probably just forcing him a little wide off the track and
Yeah, I
down to
think I
P12,
think he probably
P13.
cut the inside curb. I think that's what I it felt like from
Oh,
my spectator angle. But either ways, it's VFX on pole along with Epic Brothers. So it's the usual suspects on the front row along with Not Somer and Hushrav in P3 and P4. The third row of the grid is Kabudi Racing Gupta, then Shadow Sword, Yash Kosalia, Wiki, and PSI are your top 10. The people who will have tire choices are Jin, Shah, TBK, Thinking Nade, Ethan, Quick Killer, Azun, Noobshan, Vyom, and SFR Sonic Hawk. We have a full grid tonight, and that is brilliant to see in this night race in Bahrain. And let's hope how the Division 1 drivers can take this race start as Caesar again with the stats. Last night pole time was a 126.6 was it? Would have been
yeah,
P12 here. So
P12.
that's the division. That's the pace difference between Division 1 and Division 2. And let's
And
see how the
Malav,
race
this top
unfolds.
and these top four guys, not even a tenth was separating these top four runners. But then after that, every driver there was a tenth separating every driver after the top four. So I mean, 5-6 hundredths, I think, was the difference
Yeah,
between.
I just rewinded the stream to check that. 700ths of a second separating top four. That's how close it was. And wow, that was something just really good. But either ways, we have a race to commentate on, and yeah, we have the formation lap starting just about now, I would say.
There we go. Tanish Khan with his love for hards.
Absolutely, he will be on hards, and that's not surprising at all. However, since
Quick
a
killer as
mediums to
well.
soft is possible here, it's a little surprising he's on the hards. But because it's Tanish, it's not surprising. Oh, TB Vyom and Sonic Hawk have both been disqualified, so they will have to wait a long, long time before they can see other
I have
cars.
a little partial of my doubts on a medium to soft, to be honest, Malav, because yeah, safety car, if you slow down on those laps, then probably the wear comes down a bit and you might just be able to extend. But also how drivers drive, I mean, what kind of tire pressures they're using, and especially when you're following in those dirty air, that also demands a lot from the tires. So, uh, but we could see we have the information as well with the likes of you as well as Mayank, both and probably a few more drivers. I think, if I'm not wrong, who pulled out that one stopper. Oh no,
Absolutely,
I
and
think it was just the two of them.
especially Mayank, because see my mediums and softs both were fresh tires. Mayank did a collie lap on those softs, so I think that's even more impressive. What he pulled off last night, but I think Mayank is known for conserving his tires very well. His tire management is almost second to none from the drivers I've seen. I think Jin would probably come close, or maybe as good as Mayank. But so yeah, it would be difficult. I think it would be a stretch those softs to mediums, but it also seems like the fastest way to go. Mediums are a very very good race tire, and people do
Yeah,
want to avoid the hards at any cost. So
yeah.
with that in mind, we have four disqualifications already, and now the drivers are finally going to line up on their grid slots in just about a few seconds, and we will be underway for a very intense lap 1 battle among the top four drivers, I would say, because Sumer and Hushraf, especially Sumer, is known to get really good starts. So let's see if he can challenge the top two.
All right, as the cars line up.
Come on, there you go. It's 5 lights coming on to the screen, and we are underway for round 8. VFix has got a good start, so has Sumer. Sumer might.
And
But
Hushraf
it's.
gets a
Oh,
great
Hushraf, what about
launch.
that? Hushraf down the inside of everyone there, and there's a Mercedes as well. But I think Hushraf might have just about.
Oh,
Sumer
Vivek
losing a
has to
lot of
go to the
positions.
grass. There was contact between Epic Brothers and Hushraf trying to take advantage of 3 flight coming into that corner. Nobody wants to yield. Lot of contact. I'm not very sure if Hushraf managed to get through without damage or not. But this has been just intense.
I think someone ran into the back of Hushraf there, so Hushraf might not have damage himself. Is it not Sumer? Look at him tumbling down the order there. I think Sumer ran into the back of him, which is why he is losing downforce. Is down into P9 now, but Hushraf has jumped one position there. And let's see what else. I think Jin has lost positions behind.
Yeah.
And Vicky as well is battling Tanishq right now. We'll go on board with Yash and see what's going on. There's a yellow flag in sector 2 as Sumer loses one more position. And look at Racing Gupta. Look at what a start from him. And can he challenge his ex-teammate for a podium position? Kavudi goes very, very wide in that corner, and now Yash uses all his DRS up ahead. Racing Gupta and Hushraf are going side by side. Racing Gupta has the inside line. He breaks late. Hushraf might want to make a switchback work, but up ahead, Epic Brothers and VFix might also. Look at Hushraf. He's trying to go into the
And
pits.
Hushraf, and I think he did get damaged. Kavudi almost not
And
probably
Epic Brothers
knowing
and
that he
VFix
might be
are
heading.
battling for the lead here. We have absolutely pathetic angles from Codemasters there. VFix just about holding on to the lead. That was very important for his race. Further behind, it is Tanishq who might have a move lined up on Thinking Nate. Let's see what Tanishq can do on his hard tires. He has the outside line as Vyom has overtaken Shah, and Tanishq is trying to go all the way around the outside. He's been given just enough space, and Tanishq barges his way through. Shadow Sword and PSI Legends have lost positions, and Ethan was trying to go down the inside of PSI. That hasn't worked, and Vyom has picked up that place as well.
A great battles going on. Everybody trying to pick as many positions as they can in these initial couple of laps because the way it goes. So DRS train incoming very soon.
And Vyom has just about overtaken PSI Legends as well. What a start from Vyom from P19 to P7 in 1.5 laps. Oh, there's a
And
car
there's a
round.
spin.
Is it Shadow Sword? It is Shadow Sword.
Yes, it is Shadow.
Kavudi and Racing Gupta are also battling meanwhile. And I think Kavudi has passed him. Epic Brothers has stayed with VFX. Can Racing Gupta now get him back, or can Epic Brothers go for a move on VFX? I think Epic Brothers is not that close or easy. No, he's not. Further behind, I think Yash Kosalia just about staying on behind Racing Gupta. So
Kissing
Yash,
the rays of Racing Gupta down there just at the entry of turn 1. And the top 5 have just run off, and look at that. Vyom and Ethan and Shah, the winners out of those medium starters.
absolutely 13 positions gained by Vyom. What a start it has been from the back of the grid. His comeback race in Indian Racing League after a 3-race break. And there you go. What a start from him from the back of it. And he's on the mediums. I think he might be the lead runner on the medium tires. Let me just quickly check that. Yes, he is. He is the leader on the mediums. And that would be very, very helpful. There's a...
Oh, and
Is
there's a
that,
McLaren.
is that Sonic Hawk?
Yeah, looks right.
Yeah, that is
Yep,
Sonic
it
Hawk,
is.
who has had an excursion. I think he's just about coming back.
Oh, the tires are totally cooked. You took
I'll have
quite
to
a
wait
few
for some
extra
more
seconds
time
to.
as Yeah, Noobshan has overtaken Thinking Nate, but I think a change of
Going
lead
side
is
by side.
yeah, I think a change of lead is incoming as Epic Brothers is now challenging VFX into turn 1 and he has a TRS. He doesn't want to wait any longer. He goes down the inside of VFX as Vyom puts the fastest lap of the race and he is into P1 as Racing Gupta is still defending from Yash Gosalia, who has his first experience of Division 1 and he is doing really well right now.
Yeah, he's just showing his pace and how the other D2 drivers are petitioning him to send to D1. But nonetheless, great show there, and D6 and the Epic Brothers also having a really aggressive battle right from the race start.
Epic Brothers has shown really good pace here. And I want to see, look at the gap, 0.7 seconds already. So he is trying to streak away from VFix, might be using his battery in the process. But it's important for him to break the DRS and he's almost outside of that window. Look at that, brilliant racecraft.
But on that overtake, turn one overtake, the way he just, I mean, tried to cover back into and defend from VFX's position. I'm not very sure. Did VFX run into him a bit and has slight damage? We'll probably find out because not very unlikely for VFX to lose tenths like that.
Yeah, maybe. And look at the gap. Does VFX have damage here? Yeah, you are right. He might have damage. And VFX is continuing on, but he has Kavudi behind him, and Kavudi might overtake him as well. So VFX is losing ground here. There he goes, Kavudi. He's choosing the outside line, and he will be cleanly past the championship leader as well. Behind him is Racing Gupta, who will have an easy run at him as well, it seems like.
Uh, I'm trying to check the car. I don't see if I don't think there is any damage of sorts. That's
Oh,
probably
Quick Killer has
visible.
retired. This could be safety car. It's lap 5. Perfect time, and there it is. Safety car
It's
has
a
been
safety
deployed.
car.
And perfect
Oh,
time for the
and
soft
that
runners to
sweeping
pit.
right-hander.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably
probably
took
I'm
too
not
much
sure what
curb.
happened there. Yep.
Might have
Or
taken the
lost
inside
his
curb.
grip on the hard tires, probably. He might have just tried to push a little on full throttle. Might have lost his. He probably was on the hot tires. Oh, on the
He was on the
mediums. Oh, cold
mediums.
mediums.
But yeah, it was just fresh out of the pits. So yeah, that is possible. Or just took too much curb there. I'm assuming the top 4, or rather top 5 to pit. And as well as Noob Shan and Vicky and Shadow Sword, who have started the race on the soft tires, but this does not help Epic Brothers at all. He was leading by some margin, and now he'll have to once again concede a few positions as Vyom probably is slated to take the lead of the race. Let's see what Epic Brothers does. He is coming in. Kavodi should be coming in as well. Yes, he is, along
So if
with
these
VFX and
drivers,
Racing Gupta and Shadow Sword. Yes, Gaurav.
so if these drivers now are pitting and go on the medium, that's more or less a commitment to a two-stop.
Yeah, unless anyone chooses the hearts. Look at that. I think Epic Brothers
And
has chosen hearts. No, he is on mediums.
on the
TBK is still on the
mediums,
hearts. Everyone has chosen mediums there.
yep.
So I am not sure if those mediums can go to the end. And look at Not Sumer. He had an incident on lap 1, which is why he's down in P16. I want to see what he does. Vicky has chosen the hearts, by the way. So has Shadow Sword. So they are going to the end, and Not Sumer is staying out, but I don't think he'll gain any positions from it. Let's see, this is going to be close. Oh, not even close. Sumer stays in P16 behind his teammate Shadow Sword. I wonder if the Williams, especially Sumer, is going to the end of the race.
PSI Legends has left the
Yeah,
session.
PSL Legends has left the session. Let's hope he can join back soon from all the way from Canada. As Caesar has put a really bad joke. I think as a steward I should give some kind of penalty for that joke in the comment section. That just shows how much the drivers hate those softs. And let's see, PSI is back again. That's great. As a safety car is bouncing a little bit. So was Ethan's Alpha Tauri. So I
5
think,
out of 20 drivers on the hards. So let's see where they place or position themselves by the end of the race, or at least the latter part of the race.
yeah, they're trying to go to the end, that's my understanding. But those
Yep.
medium runners will go to lap
Oh,
what 18, 19, and then pit for a set of softs. So
why do I see position swapping? I don't know.
right, so in all that, Jin and Azun are in P5 and P6. Intervals are back on screen, and Epic Brothers was leading the race from VFX and Kavudi are P7, P8, and P9. So should be interesting to see how those fresh mediums can challenge the worn mediums by 6 laps. And I think 6 lap worth of wear on those mediums will not really hamper the top 6, at least in the first few laps after the safety car restart. But as the laps go on and as the tire wear kicks in, they might struggle a lot. But if there's a DRS train over here, as any other track, it might be difficult to overtake. So drivers might have to go for moves in unconventional areas of the track, which might also lead to more time loss for them.
Right? And that's where the medium and the hard, especially the ones Noobshan, Vicky, and Tanishq versus Azun and Jin. That's where these medium runners would be looking to take advantage of the hard runners.
Yep, and I think the safety car should be in at the end of this lap as
What's happening? Why do I see positions switching behind Noobshan, Hushrav, and or is it just the game doing its own things?
Yep, and I think Nova has joined, but Nova, you have joined at a good time because safety car will be coming in at the end of this lap. So don't you worry, we have good racing action coming your way, but I think it's your fault for missing the first 5 laps of this race. Safety car is in this lap, that's the message from race control, and the Red Bull of Vyom will be leading this safety car restart probably for the first time in his IRL career. Noobshan and Hushra, I'm not sure what's going on, but that is the third time I've seen a position swap there. I hope it's fine now. And let's see, Vyom has given enough time probably for the safety car to come in. It's a bit touch and go, and the safety car has to come in before or after.
And
Let's see, I think
he's
Vyom has
still
still
not
not
gone,
gone,
but
has he? No, he has not gone yet, and he's taking
and
it to the
now he
line. Now he has
does.
gone, and TBK, look at a brilliant start from TBK, and he will challenge Azun. TBK is on the outside, is trying to go all the way round on Shah. Shah is
Oh,
round!
and there's a moment for Sean. He's just loses his grip on those
And
medium
look at Epic
tires,
Brothers
probably
in
in
all
the heat.
that. It's 3 wide down into turn for Epic Brothers as the inside line. Epic Brothers is just about able to put a halt on that car. I was not sure he would be making the corner there, but brilliant double overtake from him as Jin has gotten past. Oh, Shadu!
Oh, that was very uncalled for. I don't know what happened there.
I think he just
Not the
missed his
best of
breaking point
guys
by a mile
breaking.
there, Shah. And I think he's getting out of the way of everyone there and he's been
And
tagged.
he spins again. I think those cold tires or just not the restart hasn't really worked
Yeah,
out well
imagine
for him.
that. He was in P3, was overtaken by Tanish B. Kiran. Had a moment at the between turn 1 and turn 2 and then lost some time, but losing his missing his breaking point by a mile there. Let's see if Kavudi can challenge VFX here. I think he might be going down the inside. No, he does not. Stays behind for now. And
No,
Ethan has
Ethan
overtaken
and
Vyom. Yes, he has overtaken Vyom as Epic Brothers and Tanish. Look at Epic
they go
Brothers. What
side
a
by
brilliant
side.
restart for him.
Ethan and Wayne going side by side into turn one. A little bit of wheel rubbing here and there. Still going side by side through turns 1, 2, and 3. Now Vyom still holds on to his position. Meanwhile, Kavudi has gone past VFX, has he?
Yes, he has,
Racing
and
Gupta
VFX
as
is
well.
losing another position to Racing Gupta and has Yash Kosala behind him. So VFX is losing a few positions, and it's a little bit strange to see because he's on the same tire life as people around him. Let's see what Tanish can do now because he seems to be in a very aggressive mode. But Epic Brothers, what a safety car he started. Was P7, he's P4 already, and he might overtake Ethan as well for P2. What a restart from Epic Brothers.
Right, absolutely. His or now the ones ahead of him are the ones who didn't box during the safety car. So he's got a good lead and a good probably hard runner behind him, which he would really be optimistic of pulling away from.
Absolutely. He's using his battery. Ethan is trying his best to keep it as close to Vyom as possible, but it's easier said than done as Vyom has kind of sped off in the distance as Vfix loses another position to. Is he coming back into the pits? Yes, he is. So he probably has damage from all that, and expect him to be on another set of mediums from here on. As what is Kavudi up to? Kavudi has just overtaken Azun for P5. Kavudi, along with the Big Brothers, did pit under the safety car, and now I think he also, along with Azun, has one pit stop to go. Azun and Kavudi going side by side into turn 4. Kavudi has the inside line, Azun has the outside line. Kavudi just about coming out ahead into that corner, and Epic Brothers. Oh, he's round!
And
Oh, that is
Epic
such a
Brothers
shame.
has
Epic
spun.
Brothers has spun. I think there was contact between him and Ethan. I just got the end of it, and he has tumbled down the order. Lost what that was 10 positions there as Racing Gupta and Azun have switched positions. The Mercedes teammates for tonight. Vyom has a 1.5 seconds lead.
Vyom has managed to pull away from DRS. Probably that pressure from Epic Brothers on Ethan might just have
Yeah,
made him
and
go run away.
further behind, Hushrav was trying to overtake Yash Kosalia for P7. He made the overtake stick, but that left-hander, I think it was turn 11 where he went in too deep and Yash Kosalia instantly took the place back. Let's see what Hushrav can do this time. I think DRS has been enabled, so Hushrav might have an easy time overtaking Yash Kosalia who does not have DRS. So let's see what Hushrav does. DRS wide open for the Haas car. He's now gaining on Yash Kosalia, but Yash Kosalia seems to be deploying his battery. It is not going to be an easy move unless Hushrav absolutely sends it, which he tries to do. And further behind, Sumer and Noobshan are also battling it out. Sumer just about winning that battle. And can Hushrav get Yash Kosalia at this instance? I don't think he can.
Sume and Nupshan going side by side across the first sector where now Sume deciding to yield in that very tricky, not ideal to take two cars
Yeah, Mishan doing some good
through those
defensive work
corners.
there. And Sumer is also thinking about his championship and not just this race. He knows VFix has lost position, so this is a great opportunity for Sumer to pick up some good points on VFX, which is why he's a little bit careful than he probably would have been. Hushrav still stuck behind Yash Gosalia, and I think on the next lap he might have a move done. Tanishbhi Kiran has now closed up to the back of Ethan, who has lost touch from Vyom. So Kavudi and Racing Gupt and Tanishk, all of them are in striking distance of URL Ethan. There's a yellow flag. I think that is Hushrav. Oh, that's Thinking Nate who has lost out. And there goes Tanishk. I think Ethan will not have to defend that at all. Kavudi might make a double overtake here.
And they're going three wide again, and Tanesh being pushing Kabudi as far as he can, and whoa. The, meanwhile, Azun also wants to get involved, cuts that part of the track a bit. I think he lost his car there.
I think it was Racing Gupta was trying to make it work. He has
Oh,
overtaken, has he? No, not yet. And he's still behind Ethan, so not really gaining any positions. But Kavodi has gained two spots out of all this. That's Tanishq and URL Ethan. PSI Legends with the fastest lap of the race. Hushav has finally overtaken Yash Kosalia for P7, and VFX is down in P16 on a set of hearts. That is a little bit confusing to me why he chose the hearts, but probably he is wanting to go to the end without any issues for this one. But if there's a safety car, expect him to be in the pits as well. Racing Gupta now catching up to Ethan. It's going to be an easy move for Racing Gupta considering tire age for them.
Right, I think those 11 lap old medium is now just a bit dying out now. Not, or maybe probably maybe there's 2 or 3 more laps of life. Good pace, a decent pace life.
But here goes
there
Ethan on
both
Tanishq.
sides.
Tanishq is not safe right now, and Tanishq defends the inside line. Ethan tries to go around the outside, has not worked out, and Tanishq will be under more pressure from Ethan because there's another DRS coming up to turn 4. Tanishq defends the inside line once again, and Ethan has to go all the way around the outside doing the hard work. Noobshan has lost his car, and that's the McLaren stricken, but brilliant defending from Tanishq Bikiran on the hard tires, Gaurav.
Right. I think he just loves those hard tires, doesn't he? I mean, he's had so many DNFs. He's holding that record, I believe.
Yeah, he is.
But
5 consecutive DNFs.
still, I think it is impressive the kind of pace he gets out of those hard tires.
Absolutely, and now would be the time where those hards will slowly but surely be. Oh, Ethan was round the inside, and Ethan has made the move stick. But there is DRS zone coming up into turn 1, where Tanishq will probably try to overtake Ethan yet again. But yeah, I was saying that those hard tires will probably start getting better than the mediums. But here goes Racing Gupta down the inside of Tanishq, and that should be an easy move. Tanishq gives him just about enough space. They're still side by side, and they're still back in
Oh, and
noise.
there's
Racing
contact,
Gupta is
and
DNF'd.
that's a safety car for sure.
That should
That
be
is
a
on the
safety
start.
car, and there it is. That's a safety car.
Oh,
And
unfortunate contact. Just
oh,
Racing Gupta losing his car completely there.
this is not good. Shah in the pits. I think Sonic Hawk and Noob Shan might be. Sonic Hawk stays out actually, and Jin, who is apparently 30 seconds behind, is for sure is not 30 seconds behind, is now in the pits as well. So now the medium tire should be the tire to go on to. VFX is in as well. I want to see what the drivers in the top 5 do here. Because, thinking Nate gets a drive
Oh,
through.
difficult. Unfortunate.
And Nova, if you're watching, get your notebook out because we'll have to investigate this one. Let's see what Vyom does. He's in a tricky situation right now, isn't he? This is perfect pit stop time for mediums. He can't go on to the mediums because he has to change at least one tire compound. So
I think
Kavadi
he
can
has to
go.
box for the hearts.
Yeah, he has to box for the hards, or I don't think he can take those soft 15 laps. So either he boxes for hards or he goes on to a tire and then probably pits again for a set of mediums doing the Azun strategy. But Kavudi, look at that. Kavudi can once again pit on mediums because he started on the softs, remember. So this should be interesting to see. Vyom is coming in.
Coming in.
Yes, he is. And let's see what tires. Kavudi is in as well. URL Ethan is in. Tanishq is in. Azun is in. Shadow Sword stays out on the hard, so he's going to the end. Vyom has chosen the hard tires. What does Somer do? Somer is in for mediums, I presume. Sonic Hawk stays out for one more lap and he'll gain so many positions because of that. It's a little bit concerning that Sonic Hawk has stayed out. He'll be out in P2, or is it P1? Or it's just about P3. Just about P3, my bad. It was P3 and P2 where the confusion was. But Sonic Hawk on 9 lap old mediums. I don't quite understand that. 23 laps on on those tires would be a
That's good.
stretch. And yes, Caesar, I saw that as well, or I think I saw that as well. So might have to investigate. But either ways, uh, thinking Nate is the only person with a drive-through and the only person with a penalty so far. So it's been a penalty-free, not an incident-free, but at least penalty-free race so far for the Division 1 drivers, and puts the likes of Hushraf and Not Sumer back in it. Azun on the hard tires, VFix on the mediums. P16 is where he is, the championship leader, and has to work to get good points on the board and keep his champion. Well, he'll keep his championship advantage no matter what, but he would want minimal damage to his lead.
Right, absolutely, because uh, anything can happen in a race and over a season as well. Things can flip in within a race or two. So he has to be on his toes right now. Try to salvage any kind of points that he can out of this race.
Absolutely, but if anyone can, I think it's VFix. We have seen so many times him driving his way to the podium. Sometimes even a race win from positions like this. I remember Japan last season, where he was dead last at one point in time and had to make up so many positions. Sonic Hawk is finally in the pits, but he will be dead last by the time he comes out. Azun doing the Azun strat, and he'll be out on mediums. Sonic Hawk goes on mediums as well, so does Azun, and they'll be at the back of the grid, or the field rather, because PSI will overtake both of them. Right, so our leader is Shadow Sword, who is going to the end on those hards. Vyom is also going to the hards, also going to the end on those hard tires. So Shadow Sword has some cushion, but considering the kind of pace Vyom has shown tonight, Gaurav, I don't think it's a cushion, it's a threat. Vyom is going to be a threat to Shadow Sword.
Yep, it's a threat. Vyom would be a threat to Shadow, and Kavudi to Vyom, and Hushraf to Kavudi. So it's right from P1 to P8 is it's you just can't call. I mean, what happens there?
Yes, Ethan and Epic Brothers apparently
Meanwhile,
have had some kind of confusion.
yep, yep. And also we have our D2 rivals from last season also together. So that's going to be a battle to watch out for between Shah and Yash.
Yeah, Shah and Yash. Yash had a very good first stint, I must say. He stuck with the top pack and stayed out of trouble. Shah did cause some trouble by missing that breaking point, almost sticking out. Oh, Nubshan!
I saw him take his car to the wall. I think he was just throttling and warming his tires and just lost that car there. Oh my god. Not the best of
What
things
happened
to
there?
see.
What just... Did he lose
I think
traction
he
coming out of
was
the corner?
swerving and he lost traction. He was swerving and I think he went a little high on the throttle as well while he was turning. So that's probably what I could see.
Right,
That
we'll have
was
to check that
very
later,
well.
as the safety car is going to be coming in at the end of this lap. Shadow Sword is going to do the safety car restart. Has he already gone there? I think
Has
that
he
might
gone?
be a little bit
And
early
he
there.
has, and he
Safety car
has.
is just about in, and Shadow Sword has gone. Let's see if it's happening. I think. Oh, Tanishq has retired! Tanishq has retired, and that is 6 DNFs in a row. Shadow Sword has just about been overtaken by Vyom, and Vyom has the inside line. Shadow Sword is the inside line rather, and they're going side by side. Oh, Shadow Sword losing. Oh, Shadow Sword. And it's Kavuri now. Vyom tries to hang it around the outside. Kavuri has taken the lead of the race, I think. Just about no. Vyom keeps it in P1 for now. And we have had two major incidents already. Tanishq has retired, that's extending his DNF record. And Shadow Sword was battling for the lead with Vyom has spun out and has lost so many positions down in P16. VFX was in P16, has picked up 5 positions on that restart, and Kavudi is under immense pressure from the likes of Hushraf and Sumer, but he also has Vyom in front of him, whose tires will not be up to temperature in just 1.5 laps, or rather just a half lap of racing.
Yep, I think it's this. Everybody is going to be on their toes, and probably Shadow mistimed his safety car restart a bit and put himself in a very vulnerable position. Eventually, just I'm not sure what happened down there, which caused him to tumble down the order. But yeah, unlucky for him.
Here goes Kavudi now on Vyom. The gap is just 2 tenths and it's coming down. Kavudi is going for the race lead as he has pushed the fastest third sector of anyone in the race so far. Yash Kosale overtakes Shah and Kavudi has the outside line for this corner. Yet again, Vyom defends the inside. Both of them go deep. Hushrav follows them through and Hushrav has a good run on Kavudi. Hushrav might be the race leader by the end of the straight for lap 4. Hushrav is trying to go between the two drivers. Vyom defends the inside line yet again. Kavudi almost there, but
Lot
look
of
at
wheel
that. Hushrav
bumping.
has taken the race lead. So has
Oh,
Sumer and Vyom is round, I think, and he's retired.
yeah, yeah. I think Vyom
And this is another
got a
safety
nudge
car.
from behind
And
from
Epic
someone.
Brothers puts himself into P2, P4. Oh
I'm
my
not very
god.
sure what car that was, but I think Vyom got rear-ended because of which he lost his car.
Wow, that's a lot of action for 1.5 laps, and there's another safety car. I want to see if anyone goes for soft tires because from now on, softs will comfortably make it to the end. And let's see if someone takes that gamble or people want to favor track position because the field is bunched up because it was just 2 laps ago when the safety car came in. So the safety car once again
So
is
probably will
putting a halt on proceedings. And what would you do, Gaurav, if you were Hushrav? Do you go for softs or do you stay out on mediums?
think I'd stay out. Considering the pace I have, I would stay out, but Hushraf thinks otherwise.
Hushrav is in,
Sume stays
Sumer
out.
stays out, Ethan is in, Kavuri is in, Yash Kosala, Shah, Jin, Vfix stays out. Vfix stays out and Epic Brothers stays out as well. PSI Legend stays out as well. And I think staying out might be the smart decision because those soft runners, while they will have immense pace advantage, but they'll have to overtake so many cars. Oh, Shadow
Right.
Sword. Oh, he's yet to change tires. Now he's on the softs. But yeah, they'll have to overtake so many cars, and at the same time, they will have to also fight each other while making up positions. So Ferrari in a good position right now. Look at that. VFX P3, PSI Legends P4, and everyone else from P16, rather P6 to P15, is on those very grippy soft tires who would comfortably make it to the end of the race.
And as we can see and witness, like how a race can change within seconds. Like 5 laps ago, we saw VFX at P16 or something, and here he
Yeah,
is
P16, and now he's
on
in
the podium.
P3. That is just immense. And with 7 laps to go, well, is it 7? It's absolutely not 7. It's 10 laps to go, and this would be. I just hope there are no more incidents. We have had 5 retirements already. That's a lot of retirements for a Division One race, and a few incidents here and there, which will have to be looked at the end of the race, or rather after the race. But I'm hoping for a calm race for now. Battles, but no incidents. That's my hope.
Yep. Let's hopefully we get that. Fingers crossed. Well, let me just be right back.
Absolutely. Right, the safety car should not be coming in at the end of this lap. Thinking Nade is yet to catch up to the rest of the pack. So we'll see the drivers go around for one more lap, and I think that would help the soft runners because they will not put enough wear on the tires. Is Sonic Hawk, is he going into the pits? Yes, he is. So Sonic Hawk in the pits, and once again not pitting on the same lap as the safety car comes in. So he'll lose all positions there. He'll be down in P15, and that's not going to help his race. But he has those fresh softs on his car, and let's see how many positions can he make up once we go racing yet again. Shadow Sword and Vicky behind, jostling for position, and I think that's sorted now. Shadow Sword in P13, Vicky in P12, and we have had so many lead changes. And Gaurav, I'm not sure if you're back, but
I am.
oh, you're back. All right, but what has been this race so far? We have had people leading the race going to the bottom of the field, and like VFix, who was P16, now is in P3. Not Sumer, who had a lap 1 incident, was towards the back, and now is leading the race. It's just been topsy
Yep.
turvy.
Yeah, top five drivers. We have the original top four out of the in the top five.
Yeah, absolutely. I think PSI Legends is the only anomaly there, and he would help his teammate if he can hold up the likes of Hushraf and Ethan there. So, very important role PSI Legends plays, and he would be wanting to act as a shield to VFix, who is on 5 lap old meters. I think safety car should be coming in at the end of this lap. Let's have a look. As the lights are still flashing, now they're not flashing, and the power kicks out of Sumair Williams. He has to now lead the safety car restart, and let's see what kind of a restart this is going to be for our season 5 champion, not Sumair.
Right. And how do these soft runners? How does PSI serve as a defensive wall for VFix?
I think he has
Through
gone.
these
I think he has
soft
gone. Epic Brothers in the
Oh,
wall.
and Epic Brothers has spun.
So VFix gets one free position. Hushraf gets, everyone gets one free position rather. Epic Brothers, what did you do there? Is there any position changes behind? I think Kavodi is going for a move. Epic Brothers gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And I think Hushraf is under attack. He's actually attacking Ethan there, or rather PSI Legends there. And Hushraf around the outside. But Ethan can take both of them if he's not careful. Look at that, Ethan is going for a move.
Oh
No! No!
I just saw wheels coming out. I don't know what happened there. I'm not able to. Malav, I'm just questioning. I mean, these drivers, they have their pace, but they, they don't have their skin in the game tonight.
Oh my god, I'm
Or
just
either
at a loss
I-
of words. It seemed like none
even
of
I
them
have.
wanted to back out, and all of them have paid the price. I think I'm not sure if Hushraf has damage, but well, we'll get to see. Look at that, Sumer with almost a 2-second advantage over VFX at the lead of the race, and Yash Gosalia is catching up to Hushraf. I think Hushraf might have damage from that. Not entirely sure. We'll see if he's pulling into the pits. But further behind, Shah and Jin are battling, and Jin overtakes Shah. Hushraf just a few tenths behind VFX there, and Yash Gosalia behind Hushraf as well. Kavudi overtaking Shah, so Shah losing positions. I think further behind, Azun is being challenged by Vicky for P8, because down the inside goes Kavudi, and Shah tries to hang it around the outside, but I think Kavudi might just have it as he cuts across. And let's see if Azun can make a place on Shah as well. I think he's not just about yet, but now we
But
go.
is coming under threat from Vicky, and
But is Shadow Sword going to take both
Shadow-
of them? No, Shadow Sword stays behind, and
but he
Azun
does
has
take
lost a
Azun in
position.
the process and gets a time penalty as well. Shadow.
PSA Legends in the pit, by the way, so he'll be P14, and well, it's really unfortunate what happened at the SS section there. Vicky now. Vicky on the back of Shah. Hushraf is on the back of VFX, but Vicky tucks back in, does not make the overtake. Shah gets a 3-second time penalty, and Hushraf is on course to overtake VFX here on those fresh softs. Hushraf is very quick right now. Let's go on board with Hushraf. Let's go on board with Yash Kosala actually, because Yash and Hushraf, both of them, might overtake VFX here if VFX is not careful. So Shadow and Vicky changing positions just been enabled now, so Yash will not have DRS just yet, but Hushraf goes down the inside of VFix. VFix squeezes into the wall, but still I think that was fair play. And VFix does lose a position. VFix will have DRS. So let's see if VFix can re-overtake Khusrav as Shadow is taking one more position of Shah. And is VFix anywhere close enough? No, he is not. Khusrav retains P2.
Meanwhile, Jin just observing this, then fight it out from behind to
Oh,
see and
Shah!
whatever advantage.
Oh, Vicky! It was Vicky who has lost it completely. And I think he might have had an incident with Shah, or he just lost his car somehow. And now the cat and mouse chase begins. Got a 1.9 seconds is the gap. I give it just one and a few laps. That's pretty much it. And Khusrav will be on the back of Sumer.
Yep. Redemption time. 6 laps to go.
Yeah. And yesterday, if I recall, Yash Gosalia hunted down Mayank with some immense pace. So, and Mayank's tires were a lot older than what Sumer's tires are now, but those soft tires have a really good advantage over the mediums. Let's see if Yash can get VFix this time. Yash is depleting his battery. VFix is using his DRS, but Yash is closing in. VFix will defend the inside line. No, he does not defend the outside line. And Yash Gosalia goes down the inside of our championship leader, and he has made the most trick. Just about. Yes, yes! VFix almost losing the car there on the process. And PSI Legends, I think.
PSI Legends.
Yeah.
That sweeping right-hander.
So once again, that right-hander catching out people, but PSI, unlike Quick Killer, has not crashed out, so he will still continue. And let's see what happens.
Meanwhile, Yash on the podium position. That's mega impressive. Great race.
Absolutely. And VFix has to now be aware of the likes of Kavudi and Jin, who are on those soft tires. So while VFix does keep getting DRS of the cars who overtake him, but in the slow corners, those soft tire runners close up so much that they're able to take advantage and get past VFX. Up ahead, Khusrav has eaten up into the gap of Sumer by a further couple of tenths since I last saw, and let's see what Kavudi can do versus VFX.
Yep. I'm just still not over what happened on those S's. I mean, that's a corner which is tricky for cars to go even too wide, but there were 3 wide with how I'm assuming how things panned out.
Absolutely, Kavudi staying behind VFX for this particular instance, and let's see if we can get him down into turn 4. I don't think he'll be able to, because VFX continues to get DRS from Yash Gosalia, who's not really streaking away because he has Khusrav in front. Azun and Shah are battling, and Azun has he completed the move? I don't think he has.
Yes, he has.
And now he has, and he's up into P8 without penalty, so this would help him. Kavudi still on the back of VFix, who is within that 1 second window of Yash Gosalia, who is just about there in the 1 second window of Khusrav. Now VFix has DRS once again, so it's deja vu time, and I don't think at this point in time Kavudi will have any answer to overtake VFX. Kavudi has a time penalty. Can you just quickly check, is it a 3 second or is some other type of penalty which he has to his name right now?
It's a 3 second.
Right, it is a 3 second. Yes, Gosalia going very wide at that corner, so I'm not sure if that's the advantageous line. And Anish, if you're still watching and if you want to sign up, just find us on Discord. I'm not sure if you are on Discord, but you can find us on Discord, or Grid Finder rather, and you can sign up. I hope you have a PlayStation handy, because we have PlayStation. Oh, PSI Legends has retired on the session. Is that going to be another safety car? I hope not, because this will be the third of the night. Kavudi and Jin are battling, by the way, and Jin has made his way through.
And Vicky Shah losing a lot of positions there. Shah is out of the circuit, out of the track. I think at the exit of turn Two.
Oh, that's not
And he
ideal.
spins again, I think. Oh, cooked up tires. Shah not able to hold it right now. And now we'll get his tires to temperature now.
Right, so Jin has put himself into P4 and he is now directly behind VFix. Should not be a difficult move since VFix does not have DRS and Jin is trying to go around the outside. He does not want to wait until the start finish straight. And up ahead, Gaurav, I get the feeling that the soft runners are now starting to struggle, or the advantage is not that great anymore because Hushrav is struggling to get within DRS of Sumer.
Right? And yeah, I think both the drivers are pushing really hard, but I think Sumer is just doing enough to not get him under 1 second.
Yeah, here
While I
goes
can see
Jin within
Bushra's
two
red light
tenths.
flashing and there's a yellow flag
That's I think
for
Shah.
Alpine of Shah again.
And Jin
Yes,
goes
I think
round the
he's just doing a
outside of
spinner rule.
VFix. VFix gives him just about enough room. They make contact and they make further contact. I think Kavudi will get both of them.
And
Yes, he does.
yeah, Kavodi making the most out of this battle.
Kavudi
And just
goes.
side by side with Reflex. This time.
Oh!
Oh, there's contact
Oh
again at
my
those
god!
S's.
That
Nobody
corner!
willing to
Jin loses
yield at
out.
that corner.
Jin loses out and all that. Look at that. He was trying to make his way through. Hushrav finally just about into DRS range. And now the charge starts for the Haas driver. Can he get his first win in Indian Racing League? Can this be the redemption Gaurav you talked about? And it seems like now he might have a real chance.
Right? I think 2 laps to go. That's
We might see
and
a last lap overtake here because I don't think he's close enough to overtake this lap. So we might see a last lap
yeah.
overtake for the lead unless Sumer can pull out something magical and he's doing that at the moment. Look at the gap, almost a 1 second. So Sumer starts and it's more than a second now. So while Hushrav will have DRS and Sumer is running out of battery, but now this is the long straight and Hushrav will gain all the way down into the braking for turn 1.
Both their red lights flashing, so not a lot of battery now. It's just all about those tires and the pace and the exits you get out of the corner. Because the battery advantage isn't really there for any of the drivers.
Let's see if
Meanwhile,
VFix can get
VFX,
Kavudi, yes, but I don't think he's close enough on this particular lap. Further behind, Shadow has pulled out from the slipstream of Azun, and Shadow goes down the inside on those soft tires. He's trying to make it work. I don't want an incident once again here, and Azun being the smart
Azun being the
driver he
smart
is,
shot.
he knows Shadow Sword has penalties. He doesn't need to fight, and Hushrav within 4 tenths of Sumer. And this is going to be very easy for Hushrav. It will be like taking candy for a baby, but Hushrav's strategy almost paid off. But it seems inevitable now that Hushrav will take the lead on the last lap of the race.
Right, that will be, I think, well architected. That race, or especially the final safety car restart, the final stint, and that soft gamble of being the leader and making that call to go on to those set of softs.
Absolutely. Here we go for the final time tonight in Bahrain, and Hushrav is within 5 tenths of Sumer. I think he is close enough, but you never know. He's closing. He has to go around the outside of Sumer. Sumer has the inside line, and both of
And
them
make
have.
contact.
Yeah, that's still nice. And Sumer will now has to run out of road. They come up the hill. Sumer is behind him. Is he going for a move? I don't think he has enough in his tires to go for a move. Hushrav has taken the lead of the race, and that's the last lap overtake. VFX going down the inside of Kavudi, and what a move VFX has made there. Look at that. Brilliant overtake from VFX to take back P4, and Kavudi's time penalties would have ensured that anyway. Is Azun any close to Shadow Sword? No is the answer, but Hushrav has just half a lap to navigate now. He's done all the hard work. Sumer is still in his DRS, but it's not going to be enough because the purchase which Hushrav is getting out of those soft tires still is very, very decent. 3 tenths is the gap, but Hushrav seems to be on point to win this one.
Yep, and now having made the overtake on those 9-lap-old softs, it's just none of the drivers really have the battery to be able to count an extra
Can see the
arms of
battery,
attack.
the red light flashing for both the drivers, but Hushrav with the 93 on his car is going to take his first win of Indian Racing League career. He wins in Bahrain. That's the redemption drive. Not Sumer, good drive from him in P2. Yash Kosalia, first race in D1 and P3 for him. We fix into P4. Azun takes P5 because of time penalties for Kavuri and Shadow Sword, who finished P6 and P7. Vicky in P8, thinking Ned into P9. Jin will finish P10. Sonic Hawk on his comeback race will finish P11. And Epic Brothers, I really feel bad for him. He's going back in the pits but then coming out. Unless for that spin, he could have been on the podium there, finishes in the last point paying position. And Shah, P13 for him, and he has some answering to do. And look at that, almost crashing into the pit wall out of frustration. But fireworks go off in the desert, and what a race we have had. Azun, the driver of the day, once again for his drive from the back of the field to P5, but 3 safety cars, I think, and that was really interesting to watch.
Yep, great race and great drive from Hushraf, and especially have to give it to Yash as well. I think he's matched very well with the pace of all the other drivers in the one. Great, well managed from him.
Absolutely.
Let
So if you
me
can get
invite.
all three of them in, and I will quickly run down the order for you once again, as Hushrav and Not Sumer and Yash Kosalia are in the podium positions. VFX making good use of his soft tires in the end. Was he on the softs? Yes, he was on the softs, and finally, no, he was on the mediums. I'm so sorry about that. But he still finishes P4, so not that big of a hit to his championship. Azun, Kavodi, Shadow Sword, Vicky, Thinking Nate, Jin, Sonic Hawk, and Epic Brothers in the points. Shah was the last of the finishers, and PSI legends Ethan, Vyom, Tanish, Noob Shan, Racing Gupta, and Quick Killer. We have a long list of people who crashed out of this race. I think one or two people have joined, and if people can turn off their streams, because we can hear it back on the stream right now. Right, so Gaurav, can you help me with who's in?
All of them are in, I think.
Oh, all of them are in. That's great. I hear some echo, so if people can mute themselves when they're not speaking, that would help. But let's start with Yash Kosalia. Yash, are you here? Can you hear us?
Yeah, bro, I can hear you.
All right, Yash. First taste of Division One and a podium already. How do you feel? How was your race? Just take us through the race, the incidents which happened around you. But I think you kept your nose pretty clean, and there were just explosions all around you.
Yeah, I mean, I was quite content with qualifying. Despite it being a P8 or whatever, it was quite close to the times before me, and just kept myself clean out of stuff in lap 1 and 2 when I saw a couple of wings breaking in front of me. After that, I don't know, like you rightfully said, there was a lot of self-destruct just happening around me. And at one point, after the second safety car restart, I think on the medium runs, 3 cars went abreast in that downhill part of the track, and I mean, disaster just unfolded over there. After that, I just tried to keep it clean and gain those. I actually didn't. I don't think I have made any overtakes. I don't know if I did. Maybe 1 or 2 here and there, but tried keeping it clean. For a for a second, I thought I might, I can attack Hushraf, but he was just way too fast for me. And yeah, then I just thought of keeping that P3, having that T1 feel, which I know I'm not going to. I mean, I'm not going to be fighting for podiums once I'm here because these guys are too fast, man. But I'm damn happy about this.
Absolutely. Gaurav, any questions for your fellow Division 2 driver?
No, very happy to see you on the podium, Yash.
Thanks,
Great
bro.
race from you, well managed, and you've just shown the pace you have. I think D2 drivers need to just petition you to send your promote you to D1. Great race, great race.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on then. Congratulations once again. Yes, that is very strong showing and a good audition for Division One, I must say. But let's move on
Yeah.
to not Sumer, who's chasing V15 Championship. Sumer, are you here?
Yep, I'm here.
All right, Sumer, a tale of two halves for you. Was it not a great lap one for you? I think you lost positions. I think you had damage, which is why you had to pit. But then finally finishing on the podium and fighting for the race win. Just take us through your race and your qualifying as well.
Um, Qualifying was average. I still had a tenth or two on it, and turn one was like a lot of people sent it, so I got pushed off track, and because of that, I lost a position or two. And then after the second DRS zone, Hushta was in front of me, and he had an incident with the person in front, and because of that, I ran into the back of him, and I broke my wing. So we both had to pit for new tires on lap one, and then from then on, just tried to make my way through the traffic, and I did get lucky with those safety cars, because if there were no safety cars, I wouldn't be on the podium today. And the final safety car, I decided to stay out because I needed the track position. I knew that if I would pit with him, that I'd be behind a lot of traffic, and I don't think I would have been able to, catch up to the leaders. But Hushrav proved me wrong. He just absolutely ate through the field. I didn't expect him to go through Yash, go through VFX so quickly, and I pretty much thought I had the win there after the safety car restart because I had a good gap. But he ended up catching me really quick on those fresh softs, and Um, congratulations to Ashraf. That was a crazy race towards the end, and congratulations to Yash for his first podium in D1.
Absolutely. Gaurav, any questions for Sumer?
I think he summarized the race very well, but how stressful was it for you after lap one? And how did you manage to get yourself back there? So what was going through
I
you?
did lose a bit of hope after lap one. I thought that my race was over there and then, but quite a few incidents happened in front of me. I gained a lot of free positions, at least two or three, because people kept spinning out or some contact, and then I had to overtake a few cars, and then luckily the first safety car came out during the pit stop window, which kind of helped me. And because of that, I was on fresh mediums, and the second safety car came out just 2-3 laps after the first one. So I decided to stay out and just see where my luck takes me.
Took you straight to the podium. Great one. Congratulations, Suma. The championship fight is still on.
Right. So congratulations, Sumer, once again. And yeah, it was good to see you put up a fight with Hushrav as well, even after being overtaken on the theoretically slower tires. So you were within, I think, maybe half a second of him while crossing the line. So that was some good spirit shown there. But either ways, I think that's a really good result for you and will help you in the championship. Moving on to Hushrav. Are you here, Hushrav? Alright, Hushrav, a short view back to the past. Season 5 season opener. You lasted two corners. And here we are now finally with your first race win. And it's that very track. How do you feel right now, Hushrav? Yeah, interestingly, you pointed out because we noticed that on commentary as well that the advantage you had was diminishing over Sumer, and you just about caught up to his DRS with I think a couple of laps to go. So I think you might have been pushing like absolutely anything just to get into the DRS and then set yourself up for a last move overtake. But once again, brilliant race, Hushraf. Very very happy that you finally have that one win under your belt, as many as I have as a full-time driver, but that's just no comparison on pace. But either ways, congratulations, well done, and we hope that you race for seasons to come and this season as well to keep the championship alive. Gaurav, any questions for Hushraf?
No questions, but congratulations on that maiden race victory. And I think it was a great show of racing from all you guys. We really were questioning your safety car decision, but you just proved us wrong and you just turned the tides really well. So great job over there.
Right, all right. So I think that's it for the stream tonight. Thank you everyone who's still around and joining us. It was a very, very hectic race and a lot of work, I'm sure, is coming to the steward's office. But it's been a long night. Congratulations to Hushraf Sumer and Yash Kosalia once again. We will see you next week for the Division 1 and Division 2 race as always. I think it's Singapore, the next track, so that should be a lot of fun as well. However, we have a reserve division which is now to be round 3 for the same track Bahrain tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. So do join in for that one. Until then, and once again, I have to thank Gaurav for commentating with me tonight. But it's goodbye and good night from IRL.